Hello again. An unlikely discovery in the bed of a reservoir in Rutland in the East Midlands has been described as one of the greatest finds in British paleontological history. The fossilised remains of a huge marine predator called an ichthyosaur came to light in February last year during landscaping work on the reservoir. Now paleontologists have called the find an almost complete 30-foot long specimen, totally unprecedented. Joining me to relive the moment is Joe Davis, whose discovery it was. Hello, Joe, are you there?
I'm there. I'm here even.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good, thank you
nice to join
us.
you.
Now, tell us how this happened, how you came across it. I mean, when people see the size of it, I suppose, to say you tripped over it, but what happened? What was the sequence of events?
Yeah, so I work at Rutland Water Nature Reserve. It's a part of Rutland Water, which is a really big. Well, it's the biggest reservoir in England, and I work for the Wildlife Trust, and we're always looking to make improvements to the habitats for the birds there. And on this particular lagoon, which was constructed about 12 years ago, we were going to do some re-landscape of the islands to improve them. A colleague and I, Paul Trevor, were walking across with our laser levels over our shoulders, about to do some work, some levelling, and I looked down and saw a ridge of just unusual stones, I guess, in the ground, or sticking out in the mud. And yeah, I took a double look at it and a glance, and I could see some sort of organic elements to it, almost like vertebrae, and yeah, basically, I realised I had to get some specialist help with this. So we took photographs, sent them off to, via Rutland County Council, who were really, really helpful, to the archaeology department there. And they sent it off to Dean Lomax, and basically he came back. And also a guy called Mark Evans, who they came out and had a look, and we were astonished by what they found. So we had about eight or 10 vertebrae just sticking out in the mud, and they came in February and just did a small dig and realised that what they got is a virtually fully articulated skeleton. So this thing was in the Jurassic clays. And so it was sticking out, but we realised we couldn't carry on with the dig. It was very icy. It was very tricky conditions. So they came back later in the summer.
And I understand. I mean, to give people, as if the pictures weren't enough, I find the pictures look like a special effect from a film. I can't believe they're real. But to get an even clearer understanding of scale, understand the head section when it was being moved. It weighed around a ton all on its own. Once it was
That's correct. Yeah.
How was it moved?
Yeah. So the head is about 6.5 foot long. So it's bigger than me. And what they did is they dug around it and left it on these plinths, and then put a frame around it and covered it in plaster cast. To secure it, and then we lifted it with a telehandler. So we had a big telehandler, put the arm over the top of it, and very gently lift it and took it away. So the next step is to look at that in detail and see what science and what we can find out within the muds around it. This animal's, as you say, is 10.5 meters long. It's phenomenal.